Scarlet and Violet is going to drive these two types of collectors away from Pokemon TCG. The first type is the Smog investors. And the Smog investors are those guys who, or gals, buy PSA 10s, only care about PSA 10s of alt arts of $100, $200, and $300 cards. These people have already told me, and I've spoken to a few of them, they've told me that they are going to sit this one out, which means they're not going to be ripping boxes and boxes and boxes chasing after that big card, because the great thing about Scarlet and Violet is there's no big card. They're all amazing. They're all something you can rip a pack and find. There's no horrible chases in Scarlet and Violet, and this is going to drive those big Smog type investors away. The Smog guys, these are the guys who have that big metal case with the foam and the PSA 10 stacked and stacked and stacked of alt arts. They're going to stick with Sword and Shield. You're going to see Sword and Shield prices go up. Even with the reprints of Sword and Shield, those boxes are going to be expensive because people are still going to want to chase. They want the big dopamine hits. And these big collectors, they have a lot of money. They can go and buy 2, 3, 4, 6 cases and rip them in a weekend. And they're only chasing that big hit card. These Smog guys, they're going to sit Scarlet and Violet out. They're not going to rip. They're not going to grade the cards. You're going to see big change with Scarlet and Violet. And I think for the first couple of sets of Scarlet and Violet, you're going to see the same. This era is different now. I mean, it's just like the base set of Sword and Shield. I think it's going to be cards that are excellent for players. But the one big different thing about Scarlet and Violet is they've made the hit rate high enough so that it's amazingly fun to open. Scarlet and Violet, I mean, the hit rates, the fact that you're going to hit cards, it's like opening the last 4 sets of Sword and Shield with the trainer galleries, except, it's still fun. You're not going to be disappointed because you are going to hit those excellent cards. You're going to hit, the Miriam SAR. You can do that. And you can also afford it. You can go out and buy singles, and it's not going to break the bank. I have master sets, and I'm a store. I have master sets of Sword and Shield that I cannot complete because I can't afford to buy those big alt arts. They're just out of my reasonable price range. So that's who's going to leave this hobby. And you know who else is going to leave, or at least make a big pause on Scarlet and Violet? The Whatnot Bounty Boys. The Whatnot Bounty Boys, they did depend on Sword and Shield in order to be a cog in their gambling machine. They could pick up a case of Evolving Skies, and they know for a fact there's no Umbreon VMAX in there. So they'd be able to put a huge bounty, another 10 boxes of Evolving Skies. They could put a bounty on their card packs, charge 3 or 4 times for that card pack of Evolving Skies on Whatnot for the bounty, and they're not going to find it. So you can't do that with Scarlet and Violet. Scarlet and Violet, the hit rates are good. I mean, you saw Rattle Pokemon, he was able to open, 3 cases and get the Master Set? That's unheard of, and he had some luck for sure. No dupes. But I'm telling you, the Whatnot sellers who use bounties with Sword and Shield packs, they're going to have to stick with Sword and Shield packs. And you know what that means? Sword and Shield prices are going to continue to have to go up because they won't be able to use Scarlet and Violet for those big bounties. They're gambling, right? And you need a big win in order to convince gamblers to pay big on your packs. They're going to stick with Sword and Shield. It's going to be a couple of sets before the Pokemon reintroduces the big chase back into Pokemon. Paldea Evolved, it's going to be just as fun. It's going to be the same type of beautiful art. It's going to be worth it for collectors to rip it. But the Smogs, looking for that $200, $300 card so they can flip and have a $600, grade and have a $600 card, they're not going to be able to do that with Paldea Evolved either. It's going to be another set for players and a set for binder people. I'm not mad. I mean, the only concern that I do have is those bounty boys and those Smog people. they were ripping a ton of packs. And all of the singles from those packs, all of the $10, $5, $6 cards, they're going to be stuck in packs. People aren't going to be incentivized to open a tons. And so what you're going to actually see, I think, is that, oh, singles right now are so cheap, so low. You're not going to see them go really low. You're not going to have this dump of low-value singles onto the market that you can normally see with Sword and Shield. What you're going to see is these low-value singles are going to keep their value. You're going to see possibly even, instead of a $200 card, you're going to have a whole lot more $10 cards. You're going to have a whole lot more cards that collectors, players, are going to want to stick to. And it is definitely a player set. And people have loved opening it so far. Release weekend, we sort of focus on getting our customers the cards they want. We've dropped off ETBs, we've dropped off cases of booster boxes, we've dropped off booster boxes, we've dropped off, bundles for people to rip. And people have had the best time with Scarlet and Violet. People have ripped, for example, Sword and Shield. They'll get a booster box and, they'll get 12 hits. When they're ripping a booster box of Scarlet and Violet, they are so much more happy. They're getting like 15, 16, 17 hits, beautiful cards that they want and they want to put in their binder. And a lot of them, have ripped a lot, and they're actually very interested in trading in to get more. And I sort of have an ongoing rule that I wait a week after release before I start taking trade-ins for the set. So next weekend, I'm probably going to start accepting Scarlet and Violet trade-ins, and I'm going to see exactly what kind of cards there are. And that also gives a chance for the prices to sort of normalize, I guess is the word I'll use. But yeah, people have been really showing off their pulls, and it's just been really impressive. And we've opened a very small sample size of 3, and we ended up with 2 hits. We ended up with a gold nest ball, which was a very playable card. We ended up with a full art Lechonk. Is it Lechonk or Lechonk? It's away from me right now. But the pig, the pig. So Scarlet and Violet is excellent to open for collectors. You're gonna see single prices are not going to be crazy, but they're going to be plenty. You're going to see a lot of people with medium price singles. That's what it's going to be like. Will the Smog people, the people who open tons and tons of product, be back? Well, I don't know. I think they might shift over to Lord of the Rings magic sets for a little bit. Lorcana for a little bit. Weiss Schwartz for a little bit. So you're going to see the Pokemon market sort of change a little bit this year. Scarlet and Violet. The beginning of the era is going to be different. It's not going to be what people are used to, which is very interesting. It's not what I'm used to. As a seller, I've been, in selling with the Sword and Shield era. We shall see what happens. I'm excited about the fact that it's a real big player set, and I'm hoping to actually start playing soon. I play a lot in the TCG Live. No, not a lot, but I play some. I build some decks digitally. I'm looking forward to putting myself out there and going to play events and seeing if I could actually play. But yeah, I think Sword and Shield prices are going to go up because the Whatnot gamblers, they're going to want to keep gambling. And as a result, they're going to need to use Sword and Shield because that's the only way they can put a big bounty on something is if the chances of pulling it are very, very low. And with Scarlet and Violet, chances are good. Pull rates are good. Fun is up there. It's not a super dopamine $200 card hit, but it's going to be a lot of good full art, SAR, AR, hit pleasure opening the set. And I'm really excited about Scarlet and Violet. Really hoping to get into the game a bit more. It's going to be a good era. And things are going well with the Pokemon store. People know of us now. They know of Kai and I. They give us a call on release weekend and they say, do you have this? Do you have that? And I think word of mouth has been so much more rewarding to us than, you know, posting on Facebook or paying for Google ads and all that fun stuff. But yeah, it's going well. We're going to be doing a conference, sort of a convention, in, I guess, in a couple of months, 2 months, month and a half. And conventions are awesome because you get to meet so many people. So things are going well. I think there's going to be a lull in the Pokemon activity. People are going to rip for fun, not for profit. And I think that's going to be a good thing for Scarlet and Violet as things normalize. And kids love this set. I mean, it has all of the Scarlet and Violet Pokemon that have been introduced. I've started to play the game, and you might see us do a little bit of streaming of Scarlet and Violet, or even Legends Arceus coming soon. So thanks for watching. More good things to come with our channel. Kai and I, it's probably one of the best things we've done. We always enjoy just doing a video, hanging out, collecting, and sharing. So, and Kai was just extremely happy when, as you saw in the last video, when he got a subscriber gift, and it was something that for most people it wouldn't be a big deal, but for him it was amazing. So thank you very much. It's gonna be a big year. Bye.